To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. Okay, so we're back at the tiny house build again today, and I feel like today I'm going to be able to finish up the ceiling. There's just not a lot left to do. I got to make one cut here, another cut over here, maybe two cuts, I'm not sure yet. I got to fix the hatch, which is right here. And that hatch is so I can get into the attic. Today we're kind of in a winter wonderland. Pretty dangerous conditions today. So I'm gonna have to go slow because today I gotta do a lot of cutting and I'm gonna do that outside. I have to do it outside because my saw, I'm using a cutting wheel, which throws out a lot of grinding sparks. I know a lot of people say you can use a regular saw blade and reverse it and it'll cut metal. And you might be able to, I don't know. And so I got to do that outside. The problem is the porch is covered in ice. You know, we've had this huge ice storm, freezing rain, I don't know what you want to call it. And it's really dangerous. I've told Carolyn that she needs to stay inside. If she slips and twists her back a little bit, she'd be down for a week. Which is funny because Carolyn just said yesterday, we got about 2 weeks worth of work left to the house. She just made that announcement. We don't even have all our supplies yet. I got to still install the shower, put the floor down, install electric, run the electric wire down to the camper. Now we have decided, since it's so cold, that we'll go ahead and run the electric wire, but we won't bury it yet. And then when it thaws out, I can just start shoveling a little bit at a time. And then I guess we're pretty much done. Of course, you know, we're still working on the bathroom toilet thing. We've talked about using a composting toilet or using the septic tank. Carolyn's leaning towards the composting toilet. It really doesn't make any difference to me. If she wants a composting toilet, there's absolutely no reason for me to argue with her. If that's what she wants to do, I guess this summer, or I don't know when, we'll start fixing the well. I still got to make a box for the IBC tank, but that's not critical for us to get in here. We can still move in here without the box. So I'm going to get started and do my best not to kill myself out here on the back porch with all the ice. Okay, so I got it all done except for the hatch. And so the hatch is right there, so I have it done. I just got to hang it up. So I got to go get some hinges. I'm going to get some barn door hinges or gate hinges. They're going to be black. I kind of got them outside also on my little door that I have for getting underneath the trailer. So I'm going to get some hinges and I'll hang that up on the wall and it'll swing down. But I can't do anything until Carolyn finishes up her trim. She's going to trim all that out all the way around. I got around the attic box. I scratched it up a little bit, so I'm going to get some paint and repaint it. I got the trim around it. So it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty satisfied with how this worked. I think it was easier than hanging drywall. Drywall is just, it's hard for me to hang. I've never liked it. And then you got to fill in the cracks with, you know, putty and all that, and I was just never a fan of drywall. But man, this worked out so well. It was pretty easy to hang. I mean, there was complications. I mean, you're working over your head for one, and after a while, your neck starts to hurt from looking up and trying to drill into it. But for the most part, I got it all right. My screws got off alignment a little. When I did the other side, I didn't think that through. So now all we got to do is put the floor down, electric, shower. And Carolyn's talking about buying a bed here pretty soon, throwing it in here. So we're really close to finishing this up. So I'm going to take you outside for a second and show you something. Check them out, check them out. They're not doing a lot today. It's pretty cloudy and nasty, but there's a story to this. So I thought I'd take you down here for a few minutes and show you this winter wonderland that we're in. We have icing conditions. It's been raining and freezing all night long. Here's our clothes. But I've always really loved seeing the trees with icing on it. Now, this is very dangerous, and I probably shouldn't be coming out here, so one good breeze could knock any one of these branches down, so I'm trying to be careful. But I wanted to bring you down here. It is just gorgeous. I feel like it's a snow day at school, getting to skip school today. This is just what's so great about my life, and that I'm trying to pass on to you so you can enjoy a snow day without having to worry about the stresses of life. You'd wake up in the morning, you turn on the radio, and they call off your school district. Now, I guess if you were in the South, you probably didn't get too many snow days, but here in Missouri, we get a snow day regularly. I guess up north, you know, they're better drivers than down here in Missouri, so I've heard that you guys don't get a lot of snow days either, but they are just fantastic. Get a day off and get to play in the snow. Of course, this isn't snow, this is ice, but man, this is pretty. I mean, the whole wooded area has changed. I used to be able to walk up through here without bending over. This is my little path to get to the other side of the creek. And in order for me to get through it, I would have to bend over, and so I guess I will. And I'm a little nervous about being out here. This is what's so nice about my life is I can come out here and I walk through the winter wonderland like it's a snow day at school. I worked this morning on the tiny house. Then I'm gonna go back into the camper and I'm gonna do my day's work in the camper, but I can still come out here in between, you know, breaks and stuff. And this is just fantastic. I really do enjoy living the off-grid lifestyle. So this morning, my neighbor saw my light was on, and I heard him coming over. I didn't want him knocking on the door, but he hacked or something, and I heard him, and I looked out and it was dark still, and I flashed the flashlight. I said, okay, stay there. And he said, it's just me, it's your neighbor. I said, okay, I'll come out. So I came out and he says, you got electric? Well, of course I got electric. I said, well, yeah, I got some, I don't have a lot. Solar panels are probably not gonna do very good today, but I got the generator, so I'll charge the batteries up. He says, I really need a cup of coffee. Of course, you can't go to the gas station to get a cup of coffee because the roads are just iced over. Terribly bad. There's no traffic on the road today. He says, is there any way I can get a cup of coffee from you? He says, I'll pay you back. I'll get you the coffee, whatever you need. I said, no problem. And so, of course, we have the stovetop percolator, the little camping percolator. It's a little aluminum thing you buy at Walmart. We keep trying to find one that's a little better, maybe a porcelain one or something. But regardless, so I was able to give him a cup of coffee. He's wanting to talk. Everybody around here wants to talk, and it's just not my thing. I'm like, man, this is cold. But, you know, he wanted to talk, and he talked for a few minutes. He says, yeah, we're out of power. And I saw you had lights on, so I thought, well, I guess his solar panels are working. He says, I don't understand how that works. So I tried to explain it to him just briefly, that the panels charge the batteries, and then the batteries give me electric using an inverter. He didn't understand it. But he made a threat to me, said, well, I'm just gonna have to come over here one night and steal them. It's interesting how this seems to inspire people to see the potential in it. I'm not a prepper. I'm not. I came out here just to kind of have a little bit of freedom, get away from the utility companies, get away from people. You know, I haven't had anybody on my property in months. I put up a no trespassing sign just so nobody would get hurt around the construction area. So it's really nice to be able to inspire people and see the potential, not only on days like this, but just in general. I never have to worry about it. That's the thing, is I never have to worry, am I gonna get a cup of coffee today? I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go to work. I'm not gonna lose a day's pay. I'm gonna make as much money today as I made yesterday. and so on and so on. And even when we had the economic downturn, of course, you know, I have a savings account, an emergency fund and all that, so we were able to live quite well without. I just heard a tree break over there in the distance. It's not on my property. I think it's over there on the other side. Yeah, so maybe I'll get out of here. But there's no worries here, none. You know, I get people say, oh, you're not free, you pay taxes. I pay $24 in taxes for this place. I don't understand the complications of always trying to find a problem, because there is no problem. I've never had a problem for the entire year we've been here. I've never went through life without problems. But this year, I've been building a tiny house. I tell you, I truly do wish I could help you start your dream, because this is what it's all about. Thanks for watching.